She acted like she was interested in me at first, and we exchanged numbers. Turns out, hers is Pizza Hut. Hey, Brianna, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm a little nervous because you said I'm going to hate you.
I have a bag here from a particular...
Oh, God.
Taco Bell!
No.
Anyway, welcome back, everybody. It's Saturday. Or maybe it's another day for you, but to us, it's Saturday.
Woo!
It's Spicy Saturday.
So today's subreddit is r/AmITheDevil. If you don't know what AmITheDevil is, it's basically posts that are cross-posted from other subreddits that is very clearly the OP is awful. So
Yes.
we're going to get into
weenie,
it.
so to say.
A weenie. A mega weenie.
So I went first last week.
Yes, you did.
Now, it is your turn. People are going to be
Your
following this and
turn.
just be like, why do they keep saying this? They know. We know. We've been watching since the first one.
It's not for you guys. It's to, jog our memories.
It's more so.
It's more to help us.
Yeah.
So, this post was removed, unfortunately, from Reddit, but it was, cross-posted to Am I the Devil? The original title was, Am I the Weenie for canceling dinner with my parents after they tried to replace me? I, female 28, made a pretty dumb decision roughly 9 years ago when I decided to elope with my then boyfriend, Mike, male 30. My parents, male 67. Mike! My parents, male 67 and female 63, hated Mike from the start. They thought he was a user. I thought they were meddling too much in my business, so, with Mike's encouragement, I went completely no contact with them. They tried repeatedly to get back in contact with me for the next 3 or so years, but I entirely shut them out and didn't communicate with them at all. After Mike dumped me, roughly 4 years after we eloped, almost 5 years ago from today, I was in a pretty rough place. It seemed like years where I was just wandering between pointless relationships and dead-end jobs. Fast forward to this year, and I feel that I finally have some stability in my life. In late August, I decided to reach out to my parents again and reconnected with my mom online. She and my dad were both thrilled and invited me over for dinner. I accepted and planned on meeting with them this weekend. As the date came closer, I started looking at my parents' social media accounts and kept seeing the same woman and her family in so many pictures with my parents. She was literally on vacation with my parents, and I even saw my parents with her at her wedding. Even worse, later pictures showed that she had 3 kids and was referring to my own parents as her kids' grandma and grandpa. Yesterday, I called my mom and asked her about this lady, and she said that she was a family friend who they met about 5 years ago. She told me that she and my dad became really close with her and her family and considered them to be relatives. I was shocked by this and felt pretty emotional. So I then told my mom that just because I was away, that didn't give her and my dad permission to essentially replace me. My mom denied this and said that I couldn't be replaced. I told her that she was clearly lying based on what those kids were calling her and my dad. My mom started crying, saying that I was blowing things out of proportion, but I hung up. That evening, my dad called me and he sounded pretty angry. He said that I made an active decision to be an idiot and run off, and because of that, I didn't have a right to criticize him and my mom for going on with their lives. He mentioned how they tried repeatedly to get into contact with me, but that I kept on keeping them at a distance. I tried to argue with him, saying that we'd never be in this situation if they had been more supportive about me and Mike, but he said that was irrelevant now. I was so angry with him at this stage, so I told him that I would not be coming over. He said that was fine since I couldn't be trusted to act like an adult. Am I the weenie?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
You kept them at an arm's length, or
Not
maybe
even.
two arms.
No, it was no contact. There was no arms.
No arms. Sorry.
No arms.
I was trying to make like a super long distance of arms, and the only number that I could come up with in my head was 2.
You said
maybe
2 arms.
No arms. I get it.
Yeah, no, you brought that on yourself, girly pop.
Fuck. What is that? I'm just thinking of a lollipop now.
That's a girl, yes.
What is that? Is that
It's
a girl?
auto-stick. Is that a girl? Yeah, it's my girly pop. What are your thoughts?
So there were no contact
Yes.
for a long time.
5 years, allegedly. I don't know why she's pressed about this family friend that they ended up getting real close to.
They're allowed to have other friends and people in their lives.
Literally.
So, you know.
Like my family has had these family friends for like, I think since I was like just born, or like maybe a little bit before. I think before I was born, or maybe a little at some time, but it's a very long time. And I consider them like my like not makeshift, or like my other grandparents, because we've been so close to them for so long, and like they're literally just family.
It's like when you have an uncle or an aunt, but they're not like related. They might be, you know, your father or your mother's best friend from high school or college or something, you know?
Exactly. Like my dad has these two dudes that are his best friends that they've been together like since before I was born, since my parents were dating. And I like consider them like my uncles because they, you know, treat me as such and like protect me the same way. We've all been super close. Like it's not weird to have family friends that you consider family.
So why is she jealous?
Like you yourself, like I said, you brought it on yourself because of your husband said, you know, you should not talk to your parents anymore because they don't agree with us. And then look what happened. He left your ass. And that's fucked up. You don't deserve that. But your parents also did not deserve to be treated that way and just to be like shunned out of your life because they saw through him.
Like a ghost.
Like a ghost.
What is the general consensus? Is it Weenie from another realm?
So yeah, it's looking like all of them are saying she's the weenie. This top comment said, "You're the weenie," and then like quoted what OP said when like she talked to her mom and like her mom started crying and everything. They said, "What the fuck? First off, your parents are people too, you know. They have every right to make new close friends. Second, I can completely understand why they might be more prone to make new close friends after their daughter ghosted them. Making a new friend isn't replacing you entirely if it's filling a void you left. And they were thrilled to regain contact with you. They obviously didn't replace you. You can't demand they just live with the void you created. Fourth, they repeatedly tried to maintain contact with you. You burned those bridges, and you made sure they were burned. They were thrilled to let you back in, and the first thing you do is blow things up all over again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we can't keep doing this. LA Night is everywhere. Yeah. We can't keep doing it. You can't keep getting away with it.
Everyone, I'm scrolling through all the comments. Everyone is saying you're the weenie. And I'm glad, because that's fucked up.
In a 5-year time span, something's gonna change. You can't expect to just waltz back in and for everything to just be the way it was 5 years ago.
Exactly. And like that part of filling the void, that is so true. Because I imagine they were fucking heartbroken when everything went down, and then they kept trying to reach out to her, and she just kept not reciprocating. I don't blame them for wanting to kind of not really like, it's not replacing you, it's just kind of filling that void that you caused. Next story. So this was also removed, unfortunately, but it was cross-posted. The original title was, "Am I the weenie for kicking my son out after he turned 17? I, 49 female, have 3 kids, 17 male, 26 female, and 28 male with my husband. For a little background, my youngest son has always been a troublemaker growing up. During school hours, he would get up without asking, talk during lessons, draw when he was supposed to be working, etc. He wouldn't do his homework and would leave his projects until the last minute, leading to many late nights where my husband and I would have to stay up to make sure he got his work done. He got worse over the summer between his junior and senior year. His best friend Noah moved away because he got into a great university across the state a year early. My son was really sad about his friend moving away, and I told him he could have been on track to going to a university with his friend if he actually ever did his work and kept up good grades. My son didn't take that very well and left the house. After that, he was out all the time, hanging out with his friends and doing God knows what. I went through his room one day, about a week after he turned 17, while he was gone, and I found a used condom in his trash can. I showed my husband, oh no, I showed my husband, and we waited until he got home that night to talk to him about it. And he came back drunk. I started yelling at him, and we got into an argument about what I found. He said it wasn't a big deal, but I said I didn't want him having random girls in my house without me knowing. He said I should be pleased then, because he's never had any girls over. He put a lot of emphasis on the word girls. I went right up to his room and started taking his clothes out of his closet. He started apologizing and asking what I was doing. I told him I was tired of him disrespecting me and his father, and if he wanted to be out of the house all the time so bad, then he should just go and not come back. He claimed that all I did was try to control him and make him be like his siblings. I said maybe if he did act a little more like his siblings, we wouldn't be at this point. I admit I was raising my voice at this point, and I even threw a few things. I broke his guitar by accident while I was moving his stuff, and I told him I wanted him out of my house. He didn't yell like I expected him to, and said he'd be gone in half an hour. After that, he left, and I haven't seen him since. Things were more peaceful after that until my other 2 children came home for Thanksgiving. They asked where their brother was, and I told them I didn't know. They got mad at me when I told them I'd kicked him out, and asked how I could do that to him. I said they had no idea how hard it was dealing with him, and they'd do the same thing if they were in my shoes. My daughter scoffed and said some choice words before she left. My son said he was disappointed in me, and things were tense after that, and both my kids ended up leaving after only a couple days. My daughter says I need to fix things or she won't talk to me anymore, and my oldest is on her side. Am I the weenie?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you are.
Everything revolves back around to yeah.
Yeah.
I had 2 images in my mind during that entire time when you were describing her going up and grabbing the clothes and her like raising her voice, breaking accidentally, breaking the guitar, which I can imagine she in a huff as she was moving, she probably bumped into it and it probably fell over and maybe the neck snapped or something. I would have been pissed.
I would have been feral.
Especially if it was like a guitar that I'd bought with my own money. I'd be pissed.
No, it's fucked up.
But I was imagining what's the actress's name? Toni Collette.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Toni Collette as the mother, just, when she's screaming at her son at the kitchen table.
I am your mother.
I'm just imagining her doing this, either her or
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, either Toni Collette or Jamie Lee Curtis.
One of them.
One of them. Or maybe just a mixture of both of them. I don't know. Absolutely weenie. Absolutely.
And just how this was written and how I read it when he said, like, I'd be pleased then because he's never had any girls over. And then after that, she immediately went up to his room and started causing chaos. That's sus.
Granted, he came home drunk, but who of us has it? Like, let's be honest. Psst, psst.
We don't condone underage drinking, though. She said he's always been, quote unquote, a troublemaker growing up. But it doesn't seem like he wasn't, he didn't seem like a delinquent. It just seemed like he was struggling with school, especially. And honestly, he could have just been going through something. Who knows? He could have, not to diagnose someone, but he could have undiagnosed ADHD. Because I remember I was having all those issues when I was in school as well. Like getting up without asking, talking during lessons, drawing when he was supposed to be working, and leaving shit to the last minute. That was me to a T.
Yeah, me as well.
So honestly, it just seemed like you didn't really give a fuck enough to figure out what was going on and just chalking it up to him being lazy or like he doesn't give a fuck.
And she even dropped the whole thing about we wouldn't be here if you weren't like your other siblings, or if you acted like your other.
Like, dude, why
we wouldn't
would
be
you,
here.
Why?
Yeah, like when just dropping that is just so inappropriate and not cool. Not cool.
I would want to leave after that too.
Like, I get, and he didn't yell. She said he didn't yell like she had expected him to. He kind of just left.
Yeah, he said, I'll be gone in 30 minutes. Like, I imagine he was just so done with the bullshit from his parents, especially his mom, because she sounds insufferable. You are absolutely the weenie. And I hope karma comes back, because I know that kid is probably going to excel with whatever he wants to do, and it's not going to be thanks to you. And yeah, that's the tea. Those are my stories.
We need to make Daydream Arcade teacups.
Yeah. And that's the tea.
All right. Hools. I have a pretty spicy one right here. This was originally posted on r/rant, and it was posted by user XX MySpace Emo XX. She rejected me, so I got her fired. The Amazon girl got stuck in my driveway, played the damsel in distress deal, and I felt bad. Used my only, in parentheses, now ruined, floor jack to give her enough clearance with the bumper. I specifically said in my instructions not to come up the driveway. She did anyway, freaked out like a 3-year-old when it got stuck, didn't even have a number to call when working for the largest delivery service out there. She acted like she was interested in me at first, and we exchanged numbers. Turns out, hers is Pizza Hut.
I get fucked.
I was about to say, I'm like, how did you know that she was interested in you? I'm just an aloof. I'm just a dummy who can't pick up on those kinds of cues when someone likes me. Like, you literally have to scream it in my face.
But also, I guarantee she wasn't into him. Like,
exactly.
he's
Like,
just looking.
how do you know? Like, I don't understand. Anyway, he probably went back to his boys and was like, yeah, she was really
super
into
me, dude.
Yeah, that Amazon chick, yeah, she wanted it. Turns out hers is Pizza, and she never texts. I just want to know the dude that he texts or like calls her.
Hi, thanks for calling Pizza Hut. What can I get you? I was like, oh, fuck.
If I was a woman, I would do that to like every guy.
Yo, dudes are bold now. They like call you when you give them your number. That like while they're in front of you, you're like, okay, I'm gonna call you right now.
Yeah,
that's weird.
But they're scared to pick up the phone and call their moms. Anyway, someone who took that as a direct attack is probably like my mom died last summer. I'm sorry. I'm just digging myself a deeper hole here. Remember, if I dig a hole, you have to.
I have to go lower.
Turns out hers is Pizza Hut. How did we get so far away from that? And she never texted me. She just wanted to exploit me. I was gonna let it slide, but now I'm being blamed for the giant pothole by neighbors. She'll have to pay for her dumb decision to the road department since drivers are liable. Already reported it. Made a report to Amazon too, and they informed me that they'd fire her. I smelled alcohol too and informed them and got her to admit she was on Xanax.
Okay, keep going.
About the supposed date. I honestly didn't really care whether anything happened or not, but she flat out played me and acted like she wanted to date me, and then I end up texting Pizza Hut. So she flat out used me when she could have called AAA and done the proper procedure. I would have let it slide if she were honest about her intentions, but since she played that card, I reported it. She lost her job and is going to pay for revamping. And is going to pay for repaving. Where did I get that? Am I having late onset dyslexia?
Yeah.
God. I reported it. She lost her job and is going to pay for repaving the portion of the road she destroyed, as well as the new bumper for my car. Current one was damaged by her pothole. And a new jack since she didn't listen and backed right over it, ruining it. This next sentence, okay, buckle up for this one. I have no sympathy for lying women that want everything done for them, using men as tools. Lady, I can only imagine your face. Ladies, if a dude helps you out, don't pretend to act interested, especially with me. I'll make sure you lose your job. I seriously don't care. I'm like hiding behind my microphone in case you throw something.
Start punching the fucking camera. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Phil Collins wrote a 5+ minute song about how much he really doesn't care anymore. I believe him a hell of a lot more than this guy.
That man cares so much, he called Amazon to try to get her fired.
Yeah, God.
Bro, holy shit, get a life. Oh my god, get a hobby. Oh my god, make some friends, dude. Why are you so miserable? Holy fuck. She probably didn't call Amazon because she would have gotten in a lot of trouble with the company itself, and she tried to, you know, have someone she just delivered to help.
Obviously, there are people in the comments saying that this isn't even a real story, that it's all made up. I mean, granted, I think a lot of stories on Reddit are made up.
Face value, bitches. Oh my god.
Bad Bandit says, mule fritters. This is all a made up BS story. We have an Amazon depot not too far from where I work on the weekend. When we have complained to the depot manager about a specific driver, the most we get is the situation will be/has been handled. The only way we find out about a termination is from the drivers themselves. As far as the fictional Amazon driver, they have a number to call if they get stranded. Amazon is big enough to contact with tow companies for situations like this. They also have their own fleet of smaller utility trucks similar to highway helper trucks that aid stranded drivers. Did you know this? You worked for Amazon for like a day?
Yeah, a week.
A week. Okay. I sound like a dick. This person probably goes around Reddit just debunking every single story. Listen, I come to Reddit, and my bestie here has taught me to take everything at face value. So
that's what makes life fun. Be delusional, god fucking damn it.
What did you just say to me the other day? Something about like fake it till you make it, or just like you live your life being so delusional that you just kind of trick yourself into thinking that life is okay.
Yes, literally. That's how you gotta fucking be. Just think, anything you put your mind to, it can happen.
even if it means gaslighting yourself into a false sense of security.
Exactly, just gaslight
so that when
the
your
fuck
actual
out of
world
yourself.
comes tumbling down, you're just like, well.
I simply didn't do this to myself. Like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I guess if this is true, fuck this guy. Also, it's so out there that it might be true because there are people like this.
Yeah, there are dudes like that.
There are absolutely dudes like this that are so insufferable that think every little thing that a woman does is out to get men.
Have you seen the podcasts of guys that invite women on and they basically talk about, they just project so much of their insecurities onto these women, and it's just like so funny to just see like the girls like look around the room like, is this real? Like,
they look at each other and they're like, what's happening right now? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know whose podcast this was, but I literally saw a clip.
Is it Fresh and Fit or whatever the fuck?
I don't know, but
probably.
It was just a bunch of dudes in like ties, and like one dude was in a suit. The women were bringing stuff up about being in an abusive relationship, and do you like have to like, do you stay or do you go? You know, and obviously the consensus is usually you go, but pretty much every dude on the podcast was saying no. The word that they kept saying was endure. You have to endure. And the women were even like bringing up that, you know, like it's not just women who can, you know, be abused. Like men are also abused, but it's like they kind of just like the men's like kind of just skipped over that.
They're the reason why there's such a fucking like stigma against male victims, like because they don't take it seriously.
It's not real. Like men don't get abused. It's not real.
Like what is that mentality?
And there was one dude that particularly was using he's to defend his stance on cheating and whatnot and infidelity. He's like, Jesus said that, you know, a woman who cheats on her husband or whatever, divorce is, you know, the right answer. None of these dudes should be dating.
And to wear a full suit and like ties to a podcast, they're the same people that wore straight up suits to school. Did you have those people?
No, because we all wore uniforms.
Oh, damn.
In high school. And when we were in middle school, no one ever wore a suit because no kid could afford a suit.
That's fair. So, yeah, no. In high school, there wasn't a dress code. And there was a few people that just showed up in suits.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love wearing a suit.
Yeah, but
I haven't worn a suit in a long time, but nah.
To school?
Nah. I wore a suit once at school in high school because I got married that day.
Okay, slay. Did you have a marriage class?
I had a marriage class. Okay. Yeah, it was a Catholic school. I had a marriage class.
That's fair. Anyway. We all make mistakes.
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. We got divorced shortly after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they made you guys get divorced, or did you just do that?
No, I'm kidding. We We were friends that just volunteered to get married in the marriage class at the end of the year because they had like an actual like wedding ceremony kind of, and then we had like
I would hate that.
Then we had like pizza and cake and stuff in like the library afterwards for the reception. Yeah, it was fun.
That's adorable.
Last comment here. Like she was interested in me. Nah, she wasn't.
No.
Honestly, I think she 100% sensed he was a creep and gave him a fake number intentionally so he wouldn't have been able to bother / harass her. That's the way to stay safe. Yep. Like I said, if I was a woman, I'd do that to every dude that hit on me. Every dude. This one was originally posted in Am I the Weenie? And I have to read the title from the Am I the Devil crossover post. It says, "I'm one of the good white people."
Oh no.
It was cross-posted by user _Saturnish, but it was originally posted by user Food Conundrum. Am I the weenie for looking out for my new coworkers by telling her that her food might be upsetting to others? I, 32, male, white, am potentially in trouble at work, but I don't really think I deserve it. My coworker, Anna, 23-ish, female, Asian, is new at our office, and she brings her own lunch on days we don't have a food truck. On Thursday, parentheses, yesterday, she brought in a homemade stir fry and used our shared microwave in the break room to do it. I also want to know why, like, why was Thursday? Why did he have to specify that it was yesterday? It doesn't pertain to the story. Anyway, I was in the room when she took it out of the microwave, and it smelled heavenly. I asked her about the recipe, and she told me it was just a bunch of ingredients and spices thrown together as to not waste any veggies that might go bad soon. Understandable. I don't see where this could potentially turn racist because this person's saying that it smells heavenly. When I was telling her how good it smelled, I also mentioned that some other people at the office might think it would be too smelly or ethnic, as in racist.
Yo, ethnic is white people's go-to.
There was a neighbor that I used to have that would, when he said it a few times when I was around, my friends had to correct him and be like, no, he's don't call him Oriental. Like, that's not...
Not Oriental, Jesus Christ.
And then a couple years down the line, when I met my girlfriend, we used to hang out with her neighbor every once in a while, and he, whenever I wasn't around, he would refer to me as the Oriental guy.
Oh, God damn it, dude.
God damn white people. Anyway.
I'll start calling you that. My Oriental best friend.
Welcome back to the Daydream Arcade. I'm Brianna. This is my Oriental buddy, Darryl. Every time just cuts to me just like looking up at the ceiling, just like...
Just fuck. God, that's awful.
All right, brace yourself for this parentheses.
Oh, God.
I also mentioned that some other people at the office might think it would be too smelly or ethnic. Parentheses, as in, racist people tend to look down on ethnic things. You don't say.
Thank you. Thank you for that clarification.
I've read those kinds of stories on here about microaggressions when it comes to people of color and the food they bring in, and I wanted to warn her that she might not want to bring it in anymore so it doesn't happen to her. I emphasized that it smelled good to me personally, though. I guess a couple of the other coworkers in the room overheard our conversation because after Anna left the room, some of them sort of quietly told me how it was inappropriate for me to have said that.
Yeah.
I told them that it's true, that ethnic food gets ridiculed for smelling too strong and that I disagreed with that sentiment, but I also think she would face less harassment if she didn't bring in that food anymore. One of my other coworkers then said that, quote unquote, I was the only one harassing her.
Yeah.
Making insinuations that her food is problematic. Plus the fact that she hasn't even been bringing in her own food often since she just started last week. So there couldn't have been an opportunity to have had this hypothetical harassment happen to her. I just wanted people, even the weenies at the office to make her feel unwelcomed. I left work that day not thinking anything of it until the following morning when I hear from a different coworker that Anna talked to our HR department about the conversation and how she was hurt. I'm a bit frustrated as to why she didn't talk to me about it first, since it was just a misunderstanding and that I'm looking out for her. I don't think it's a misunderstanding.
Not even a little.
There's no good way to bring that up, especially when you just bring saying that it would be too smelly or ethnic. Like,
It's just, I can't.
it's
And,
like, I wasn't trying to make it about race.
Of all things, stir fry. You're gonna be like, hey, that might not be good for the people here.
Here at the office, we have a specific code of conduct, and when you break it, we break your legs.
We don't like none of that stir fry. I feel like that's like a hit with the white people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I get, people microwaving fish and whatnot might be
Yeah, that's
a little
weird. That's really weird.
Oh, shit. I used to bring salmon.
Did you microwave it?
Yeah.
Darryl.
But it was like, listen, it was like fresh salmon.
Darryl. Shut up.
It had
That's awful.
honey and teriyaki, and it was so fucking good. And I mean, to be fair, I feel like salmon out of all the fishes, if you cook it, doesn't actually smell.
The fishes.
I'm gonna be sleeping with the fishes if I keep burying a hole like this for myself. Brianna, dig me out of this hole that I've dug.
That's crazy. I bet all of your coworkers were just getting punched in the face with fucking fish every time.
I mean, to
They're
be
like,
fair,
oh, God.
to be fair, I work the evening shift, and that's when there's only like me and one other person in the building. So it's like, listen, there's plenty of places to sit. There's more than one break room if you catch my drift. I haven't done it in years, though. I haven't done it in years.
That's good.
All right? People in the comments are going to be like, nah, he did it yesterday.
No, he definitely did that.
Yeah. I did notice today that she was trying to dodge me, which is unusual and a bit heartbreaking. I just want to work things out. I wanted to... I wanted to be a friend to help her and help her out since this is one of her first jobs out of undergrad, but this has been blown way out of proportion. Now my coworkers think I'm a racist, but I really try my best to be an ally, but then again, what do I know? So, am I the weenie for telling her that her food might be a bit too much for other potentially racist people in the office to handle? How dare you assume that there are other racist people in the office?
Like, did you get racist vibes from your coworkers? Like, what made you just think of this hypothetical? And you were like, yeah, I need to look out for her.
It's like Karen, but what about... Wait, sorry, I'm not gonna... No, Karen's the wrong one. This is a Karen. This is a male Karen. But anyway...
Is OP a dude?
Oh, wait, have we been saying that it's a... Oh, my God.
No. I was just wondering if OP was a dude, because I kept saying they.
OP is a dude, but I feel like... I think I said she a few times.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about the other, like the one that he was speaking to.
Yes, let's go with that.
Okay. Yo, Shadow has been so fucking cute in the back of this video, because she's just asleep. And she was like rolling around. I'm like, stop. She's so cute.
Meanwhile, back to racism.
Anyway, racism. Not cool. You are definitely the weenie for just making up a scenario and then being like, hey, this is going to happen because I said it was going to.
Yeah, listen, there are some potential shady types. I don't know 100% for certain, but I'm just protecting you from...
Didn't we read a story of someone bringing some sort of like, food that smelled strong? I think it was like a curry or something.
Possibly.
And then someone got super upset over it, but it's like... The odds of that happening are very slim. So, like, I feel like if it actually did happen, or if someone mentioned to OP saying, like, hey, I don't like the smell of that, then, yeah, maybe you have a reason to tell her, but just coming out of nowhere? You looking like the one that has an issue? Like, that's just weird.
I don't know about you, but most places that I've worked where there's, a shared microwave kind of, the most of the time no one's really going to complain, or I've never really heard people complain about someone bringing in food from home that like is a little strong. It's mostly if people make a mess. Yeah, unless it's fish. But it's like most of the time it's people get upset because somebody brought in like pasta or something and the sauce just went kaboom all over the inside of that microwave.
And then they don't even have the fucking balls to clean it.
It's like that scene in The Office when Pam is she gets angry because she opens up the microwave and it's just black on the inside. All right, so there's an edit here. Edit. Some people have said to edit this post to add this. Yes, I get it. I'm the weenie. What I said was really stupid. If it means anything to you guys, I remember entering the workforce as a young man shadowing weenies, and I didn't know how to express how shitty I was treated since I thought it was normal to be treated a certain way or overhear certain things. For new viewers, if you might be wondering why we censor a-hole and cover it up with weenie, but then immediately say fuck or shit or damn or something after that. Well, listen, we just have fun saying weenie. And sometimes when you line up weenie with the sentence instead of a-hole, it sounds kind of funny and like, I didn't know how to express how shitty I was treated since I thought it was normal to be treated a certain way or overhear certain things. I just thought she was a sweet girl who didn't deserve to see the nasty side of corporate life so quick. But I guess I ended up being like the guys that made my earlier career so god-awful.
You showed her the nasty side.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Anyway, I want to apologize to her in the most HR-friendly way this Tuesday. Hopefully she doesn't quit, but I also don't want to be the one that gets fired. Fingers crossed. Thank you for opening my eyes, and I hope to do my due diligence to be a real ally. You know, I can't fault them for that edit.
No, at least I love when people are self-aware. They're like, okay, I'm the weenie. Like, at least he's gonna apologize to her, because, you know, that's the least he could do.
As an Asian man, if someone came up to me on my first like week or month or so and said that to me, to be quite honest, I've heard worse things. I've had people be blatantly racist to my face before. You know, not every day or anything like that, but like I can recall certain situations where people
in your face, Oriental,
pulled out a mini keyboard. Stir fry is ethnic food, like I guess. But
I don't know, that's so funny.
Like, I guess, but who doesn't eat stir fry and thinks it's some special foreign food? It's the best for when you have a bunch of veggies you need to use up. Yeah, you have some good stuff, like just use it, and you know it's fine.
I'm just blown away that he was all bent out of shape over stir fry. Like,
stir fry, so dumb. Honestly, if you have a problem with sense, do what I do, which is take a break a little earlier or later, if possible. When I was working, my coworkers love tuna sandwiches. I throw up if I smell it. I just asked them to eat their sandwiches in the break room, and I avoided the break room around 11 to 2 unless I was thirsty. Then I got in and out as quick as I could. I just don't get it. Like, there's ways to handle it if you have problems without, you know, telling people not to bring something.
That's insane. He said, don't bring food, starve.
And don't be Asian.
And don't be Oriental.
Jesus Christ, Brianna. All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming to Spicy Saturday. Next week, I'm going to have a new co-host, and we will press forward without her, without Brianna. We will, wait a minute, what's her name? We will continue onward.
Who's that Dak?
May she rest in peace.